Hello beautiful people, it's your boy Ricky Jones Jr. and in this video we'll be planting some things in the front yard raised beds, as well as showing you how to, thin out things as you are growing your seedlings and things like that, like me and my seed tray starters. Okay, so let's get to it. What's up beautiful people, and welcome to another episode of Don't Keep Up With the Joneses. 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 Alright, great people, how you doing today? Like I said before, my name is Ricky Jones Jr. and if you are into gardening, beginner gardening, have some experience or somewhere in between, this is the home for you. This is the channel for you, so please go ahead and subscribe. I much appreciate it. Make sure you smash that like button, and if you are new, let me know where you are viewing and growing from, okay? So we can learn and grow together. So, like I said, we have some things that we will be planting out in the front yard garden. As you see, this is like my little seed tray starting stand situation, something that I did build, so, yes, I appreciate that. But we have some loofah that we also have some extras of. We also have a bean plant that we're going to plant. I am going to plant the loofah, this one particularly, in a 5-gallon bucket, just to show you all that may not have a whole garden or whole yard situation, that you too can grow loofah as well. So we're gonna put it in a 5-gallon bucket. As it grows, of course, we're gonna create a trellis situation so that it has the support that it needs, so it can grow and produce the loofahs that we need, so that my family, my daughter, my wife can clean nice and aggressively with the loofah sponge. But nonetheless, we're also going to plant the beans. But like I said, with the thinning situation, what you want to do, I found it best that when you are thinning, so as you see, like in this one, this is some Swiss chard that is growing. It's a lot of them growing in there. I really won't touch those. We have some kale over here, and so what you can do or should do is just pinch it off, or if you have like some scissors, cut it right there, but you just want to pinch it, okay? And I found that pinching is better, because when I pulled it out before, I pulled out both, and instead of losing both plants, of course you want to at least have one plant, the strongest plant, and so pinching it does what you need to do. This one right here, we see this one's probably the strongest one, even though this one's the longest one, but it's all about the leaves. And so just like that, we're gonna pinch that one off, and so, let the strongest one grow. Here, over here, we have some more Swiss chard, which I'm gonna do the same thing here. Pinch instead of pull. Pinch instead of pull. That's the whole concept for thinning your plants. Pinch instead of pull, and you'll be happy that you did. And you'll have what you need at the end of the day. Over here, I've gone on ahead and done the pinching already, which I was like, oh man, I should show a video on doing that. But anyway, let's go ahead and pull. I think this one's gonna be the one that we're gonna plant in a 5-gallon bucket. It's further along. I probably will give some of these to people that are close to me in proximity, and we'll go ahead and plant this bad boy. Look at this root system already coming through, which is ideally what you want. But we'll take this, we'll also plant this bean plant in the front yard garden. So let's go ahead and go. All right, great people, so we're gonna go ahead and make sure we're good to go. In here, I'm gonna go ahead and add some soil to this 5-gallon bucket, which I've used before. I had lavender in here before, but the lavender went on ahead and did what it had to do and expired as far as its presence here. I'm gonna go ahead and add some cocoa coir in here as well, so that it has some natural things in here that gives it the ability to hold moisture. Knowing that it is in a 5-gallon bucket, you do want to make sure that moisture is being able to be retained. And so from there, we're just going to go ahead and dig a little trench in which the cocoa coir pellet width or bearing the plant can go ahead and rest. And of course, when you're planting in a 5-gallon bucket, you do want to make sure that you have enough space, like a little well, for your water to be able to retain and stay in here, so that it can keep your plant nice and moist, okay? So this will do, and we have a loofah plant planted in a 5-gallon bucket, just like that. You can see like probably about 1.5 inches worth of space, so that rain could sit, go all the way through when it rains and things like that, and that will go a long way, and it help with watering too when you do it this way. Next, we have this bean plant. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and plant and with each square you can plant up to 9, but my go-to number is around like 5. That will do. So I'm gonna just go ahead and plant this seedling in here. I'll probably just go ahead and plant some seeds in here as well, and so around it will be the collards and the kale, and they'll have the support and the nitrogen that comes readily from the roots of the bean plant. Okay, so around it will be the collards and the kale, and so the benefit of having the beans, like I talked about before in other videos, is to make sure that the nitrogen is nice and rich in the soil. So we have that planted, and ladies and gentlemen, you can apply the same thinning method when you have plants in your raised bed. I have 2 okra plants, decided between which one is going to thrive. I'm going to choose the latter and just go ahead and pinch it there. So we have the remaining okra plants here. So now we have the strongest ones thriving and surviving in the raised bed, and we'll just let them continue to grow. So same concept here as we do in the seed starting trays. And so with that, we have some things nice, growing, thriving, and surviving, and doing what it needs to do in the raised bed. We have the beans growing up nice and strong. We have the kale doing what it's doing. The beans are doing what they're doing, adding nitrogen to the soil, which is going to provide a nice boost to my kale and my collard plants. Over here we have some beets that are doing their things. They're growing up nice and slow, but they're doing what they're doing. As you can see, they're starting to sprout. And even over here we have the carrots sprouting right here, nice and slow, but hey, at the end of the day, they're doing what they need to do, which is growing. So I'll take that, whether it's slow. It is what it is. Even over here we have some beets starting to sprout up. So hey, it takes what it takes, and the patience. That's why in the other video when I talked about what I've learned, patience was one of the things. It's because you have to use it, you have to apply it, because plants take what they need to take to grow. But at the end of the day, we are happy with the results that we get when they do grow and we get to harvest them. So at the end of the day, it is what it is, and patience, not only is it a virtue, but it is necessary when using or growing in your front yard gardening. So with that being said, thank you for coming along the journey with me as we garden here in the garden. And yes, I appreciate you, I love you, and I'll see you on the next video, which I'll probably talk about one of the best companion plants, or another high quality companion herb that you should plant along with your kale and your collards and things like that. We've already talked about a nice companion plant, which is the bean, but now let's talk about a companion herb that you want to grow along with your brassica family. All right, great people, I love you, I appreciate you all. Until next time, peace, happy growing, love you.